This monster bust is inspired by ADHD. I have compiled a few rough stories and observations from anonymous individuals that I would like to share with you today. In no way is this supposed to capture all the aspects of the mental illness. This is only my interpretation. I hope that this artwork helps either expand the understanding of ADHD and/or relate to those who live with it every day. This first story comes from someone who doesn't have ADHD themselves, but interacted with someone at a young age who did. I grew up with a friend who had ADHD in elementary/middle school. He really was almost like a stereotype for what people imagine ADHD is like. He was super skinny, like ribs sticking out kind of skinny, and was a really wiry, hyper, always bouncing off the walls kind of kid. I remember he was on Ritalin but would never take it because it messed with his appetite. Eventually the school had to watch him take it every day and check under his tongue to make sure he didn't hide it. And then, when he was taking it, he wouldn't eat lunch, so the lunchroom teacher would always insist that he eat his lunch, or else he would get kicked out of the lunchroom. More often than not, he would get kicked out. I remember one lunch he started a shouting match with the teacher and jumped up on the tables and ran around until the teachers were able to grab him and take him to detention. I also remember once in shop class, he stabbed me in the hand with a pencil. I still have the lead mark, and I picked him up and threw him into a desk. As a kid, you'd just think he was spazzy, hyper, but looking back, he was probably going through some stuff. I remember ADHD wasn't as commonly brought up as it is today, and we just thought he was really hyper. This next bit comes from someone who experiences ADHD firsthand. ADHD feels so incredibly frustrating. I know I'm incredibly intelligent and cannot help but feel an overwhelming sense of anger at myself for my inability to focus and track. Sometimes it's in the conversations with the people I care deeply about. We will be in the middle of an intense and emotional conversation when suddenly I catch the fact that I didn't hear the last 90 seconds of the person talking. In my head I say, "Crap, focus, nod your head and try to catch up." I promise that it's not because I don't care about what you just said. I like to describe it like when you are working on something you really enjoy on your computer when suddenly, and without warning, there's a pop-up advertisement that catches your eye. You click on the link and it takes you to the next website. Then suddenly on the same screen is an alarm saying, "Get back to your original screen." And you have to spend a few moments reorienting yourself back to the main screen by closing down the pop-ups and new websites. When you watch your coworkers sail through activities that take all of your energy, you can't help but feel stupid or inadequate. I have to fight that inner voice every day. It's not just conversations though, or work. It's literally everything from washing the dishes to creating art. In fact, just writing this, I counted my distractions. It was 7. Now 8. This next passage is also from someone who doesn't experience ADHD firsthand, but is very close to someone who does. I don't personally have ADHD, but I live with someone who experiences a mild form of it. It's difficult sometimes, as it comes in waves. Much of the time it isn't a problem, but when everything swells up, it becomes a beast that can be hard to manage. It's like having a planner that has the next 3 months planned out, and all the pages fall out at once. They grab the pages, and it feels like they have to do everything written in all of the passages all at once. It feels impossible. It's the struggle to focus on any one thing that makes this even worse. All of the thoughts become muddy, almost gibberish, but it's very real. I wouldn't say that it's like ADHD is there sometimes, and sometimes not. I know it's there all the time, it's just a matter of how well it is managed, and what tools are available to help with that. Here are my final words in regard to this piece. It was my opinion alone that inspired this artwork. I by no means claim to be an expert of the subject, but here is what I believe. ADHD is a part of people. It affects so many people all the time in different ways. No matter how someone tries to act, their brain takes its own initiative and starts doing its own thing. It's rattling, it's upsetting, it's exhausting, and it's unrelenting. Thank you to everyone who helped with this project, and thank you to you viewers who've stuck around till now. This video was a long time coming, and I'm glad that I was finally able to turn it into something. I hope that you enjoyed and maybe even connected with some of the stories and the artwork that I shared today. If you liked the video, please give it a like or a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you'd like me to maybe focus on a specific mental illness next, otherwise I'll just choose something on my own. Consider subscribing/following because I do have more content planned for the future. Also, I did something very new this week. I started an Etsy! It is a little bare right now, but I am planning on putting a lot more stuff on here. I'll be adding stuff to the store throughout the week. I do have the option to add t-shirts and stuff like that. If you are interested in that at all, definitely leave a comment, let me know, and I'll get to work on that as well. But check it out, you can actually get the piece featured in this video right on my Etsy shop, so definitely consider that. I will drop a link to my Etsy shop down below. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. This is Manual Media, my name is Ratana, and I'll see you next time.